The desire to live a long and vibrant life is not a new idea. It is a timeless human dream, a whisper in our hearts that has echoed through generations. We all want more time to spend with our loved ones, to witness the world change, to learn new things, and to simply be. In our fast-paced modern world, this dream can sometimes feel out of reach, as if it belongs only to a lucky few. But what if I told you the keys to a longer life aren't in a secret potion or an expensive technology? What if they are simple, everyday choices available to every one of us today? Longevity isn't winning a genetic lottery. It's stacking the deck with small, consistent actions. We often imagine adding years requires monumental effort, extreme diets, grueling exercise regimes. That perception is intimidating. But science and explorations around the globe tell a different story. The path to longer, healthier living is paved with small, positive habits. It begins with the simple belief that it's possible. For many years, I have traveled the globe with a team of researchers, guided by a single, compelling question. Why do some people live extraordinarily long and healthy lives? Our quest led us to discover 5 unique places on Earth where people reach age 100 at rates 10 times greater than in the United States, and they do so with remarkable vitality. Ikaria in Greece, Okinawa in Japan, the Ogliastra region in Sardinia, Loma Linda in California, and the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica. These communities aren't home to superhumans. They're ordinary people living in ways that foster extraordinary health and longevity. The most profound lesson: no one is actively trying to live to 100. No longevity diets, no expensive gym memberships, no supplements everyone is taking. Instead, environments and cultures make healthy living the default. They move naturally throughout the day, tending to gardens, walking to a friend's house, doing household chores. Their lives are infused with purpose, strong social connections, a diet rich in plants. If we distill the wisdom from the Blue Zones and combine it with modern scientific research, we find that the foundation of a long life rests on 4 key pillars. The first, and perhaps most important, is how we eat. This isn't about a strict diet, but a simple shift in perspective. The world's longest-lived people eat a diet that is about 95% plant-based. Beans, greens, yams, sweet potatoes. Fruits, nuts, seeds. Meat is eaten sparingly, often as a small side dish or for a special celebration. This approach provides the body with the fiber, vitamins, and minerals it needs to thrive. The second pillar is natural movement. In our modern world, we tend to separate exercise from the rest of our lives. In the Blue Zones, movement is seamlessly integrated into daily life. They garden without power tools. Their houses are not filled with conveniences that do all the work for them. This constant, low-intensity activity throughout the day is more beneficial for longevity than short bursts of strenuous exercise. The third pillar is having the right outlook. This involves 2 critical components: purpose and stress reduction. The Okinawans call it ikigai, and the Nicoyans call it plan de vida. The world's centenarians have daily rituals to manage stress. Finally, the fourth pillar is connection. Belonging to a supportive social network is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. These 4 pillars are the cornerstones of a long and well-lived life. Let's travel for a moment to Ikaria, the Greek island where people forget to die. Here, the residents enjoy a diet rich in wild greens, potatoes, beans, and locally produced olive oil. They also regularly drink herbal teas made from rosemary, sage, and oregano, which have powerful anti-inflammatory properties. But their secret is not just in their food. Ikarians take a daily nap. They also live in a mountainous terrain, which means every trip to the church or a neighbor's house becomes a natural workout. Now let us cross the globe to Okinawa, Japan, an island chain once famous as the Land of Immortals. For generations, Okinawans have practiced the principle of hara-hachi-bu. Stop eating when their stomachs are 80% full. Their diet is historically based on the sweet potato, soybeans, mugwort, and turmeric. Just as important is their social structure, centered around the moai, a lifelong circle of friends who provide unwavering support. In the mountains of Sardinia, we find a community of shepherds who live exceptionally long lives. Their longevity is linked to a diet that includes whole grain bread, fava beans, garden vegetables, and a unique locally produced goat's milk. They also drink a dark red wine called Cannonau, which has 2 to 3 times the level of artery-scrubbing flavonoids as other wines. In Loma Linda, California, a community of Seventh-day Adventists live on average a decade longer than the typical American. Their longevity is attributed to a largely vegetarian diet, a strong sense of faith and community, and a day of rest, the Sabbath, which helps them downshift from the stresses of the week. And in Nicoya, Costa Rica, residents possess a strong plan de vida, or sense of purpose, that drives them to stay active and contribute to their community. Their diet consists of corn, beans, and squash, and their water is naturally high in calcium and magnesium, which helps protect against heart disease. While the lessons from the Blue Zones are simple and profound, applying them in our modern world presents real challenges. Our environment is often designed for convenience, not for health. Cheap processed foods, calorie-dense processed foods, nutrient-poor processed foods. These foods are engineered by scientists to be hyper-palatable, making them almost irresistible. They are available 24/7 fast food drive-thrus vending machine down the hall. Another significant hurdle is our increasingly sedentary lifestyle. We drive to work, sit at a desk for 8 hours, then come home to relax on the couch. Remote controls, elevators, delivery services. Unlike the shepherd in Sardinia or the gardener in Okinawa, we must consciously choose to move. This separation of activity from our routine makes exercise feel like a chore rather than a natural part of life. Stress is perhaps one of the most pervasive and insidious challenges of modern life. We are bombarded with a constant stream of information from our phones and screens, creating a perpetual state of low-grade anxiety. The pressures of work, financial worries, and the feeling of being always on lead to chronic stress. This in turn triggers inflammation in the body, which is a root cause of many age-related diseases, including heart disease, dementia, and cancer. Social connection, a cornerstone of longevity, is also eroding. We may have hundreds of friends on social media, but many people report feeling more isolated than ever before. Face-to-face interaction is being replaced by digital communication, which lacks the depth and emotional resonance we need to thrive. Overcoming the challenges of our modern world may seem daunting, but the key is to start small. You do not need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, focus on making small, sustainable changes to your personal environment. To combat the flood of unhealthy food, curate your kitchen. Make sure the first things you see when you open your refrigerator or pantry are healthy options. Keep junk food out of the house altogether. If it is not there, you cannot eat it. To counter a sedentary lifestyle, weave movement back into your day. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park your car at the far end of the parking lot. Set a timer to get up and stretch every hour if you work at a desk. Consider getting a dog, which guarantees you will go for walks every day. Invest in basic gardening tools and start a small vegetable patch. My friend, a busy executive, schedules walking meetings instead of sitting in a conference room. These small acts of natural movement add up. Managing stress requires creating deliberate rituals to downshift. Schedule time for rest just as you would schedule a meeting. This could be a 20-minute nap in the afternoon, a quiet moment of meditation in the morning, a relaxing bath in the evening. Turn off electronic devices at least an hour before bed to improve your sleep quality. To rebuild your social connections, be intentional about cultivating your tribe. Identify a few friends who share your values and make an effort to see them in person regularly. Schedule a weekly dinner, a monthly book club, a regular walk with a friend. If you share common interests with a group, join it. A faith-based community, a volunteer organization, a local hobby club. The goal is to build a supportive network of people who lift you up and encourage healthy behaviors. A single phone call to a friend is a small step, but these connections are the bedrock of a long and happy life. The journey to a longer, healthier life is not a distant dream reserved for a select few in faraway lands. It is a path that is open to every single one of us, and it begins right here today. It does not start with a radical diet or an impossible fitness plan. It starts with a single small choice. It starts with choosing to walk to the store instead of driving. It starts with adding a handful of beans to your dinner. It starts with calling a friend you have not spoken to in a while. Each of these small actions is a vote for a longer, better life. Think of your life as a garden. You cannot expect a bountiful harvest overnight. It requires patient, consistent care. The healthy habits we have discussed are the seeds of longevity. The small daily choices you make are the water and sunlight that nourish them. Start with one small change today, just one, then add another tomorrow. Let these simple, powerful habits become the rhythm of your life. Your century awaits.